I'm gonna
Hello, and welcome to the West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Call. It's Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, and we have a jam-packed agenda. So I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Amber with some West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem updates.
Hi guys. Well, thank you. In August, we did our strategic briefing on the national strategic planning process that we had done, and so I will go ahead and drop some of the key points of that. But just want to let everyone know that the recording for that is available along with the key next steps we will be moving forward with, and we also have a new email address that we're trying to transition folks to communicate ecosystem-related asks to. So if you could send any asks to connect@wveshipecosystem.org. That helps with our transition. So we'll drop that strategic briefing link, the key insights from that, and also a quick note that if you are looking to go for a power application through ARC, we are available to put in letters of support, talk about some of the ecosystem efforts that we're doing. So if you are looking at anything in the space of power for entrepreneurial development, we would be happy to provide a letter of support. Or if you're looking for any other funding, I know we just did one for an STTR application talking about the different supports for entrepreneurs. So keep us in mind. We can kind of outline that and provide that support to show that the whole ecosystem is behind our entrepreneurs. Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. Thanks, Amber. Yes, it is grant season. I've been seeing all the emails coming out. So, yes, the West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem is here to partner and support. So, let us know what you need from us and make sure to use the new email address that Amber dropped in the chat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get kicked off with our partner spotlight for the month. So, Allison, can you talk to us about the Federal Reserve's Small Business Credit Survey?
Absolutely. And I will share my screen. Hopefully everyone can see that. Does that look good?
Looks good.
Thank Awesome. Thank you. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Allison Clark, the project manager for the Federal Reserve's National Small Business Credit Survey team. I'm super glad to be sharing with you and clearly have the wrong PowerPoint pulled up for whatever reason. I'm gonna shut that down. Um, Sorry about that. Let me get the right one pulled up.
No problem. We'll also join a capital interest group of any, we're happy to support whatever you need, Allison.
Wrong window. I've been doing a lot of these. I've been doing a lot of these presentations. It's been a busy season. All right.
Absolutely.
I've got the right one here. I had it just the wrong screen. I was at the America's SBDC National Conference last week, so been traveling a lot. Right, I know who I'm talking to. I know who you are, and I'm so excited to have West Virginia hopefully partnering with the Small Business Credit Survey, but wanted to give you all some background on the survey before we send out some like handouts so that you know what the survey is. So let me just quickly say, because I'm representing the Federal Reserve, the views that I share are my own and not those of my employer, the Cleveland Fed or the Federal Reserve System. With that out of the way. So the SBCS, I'll say that because it's a lot faster than Small Business Credit Survey, is an annual online survey of business owners that have less than 500 employees. And that survey has been fielded since 2016. It's a partnership of all of the 12 Federal Reserve banks, as well as what we consider our partnering organizations. These are national business and civic service organizations that support small businesses. So we have around 100 or so organizations that support small business owners directly, and they are what we consider our partners. So they help us distribute and disseminate the survey. The survey covers similar content every year related to small business economic conditions, financing needs, credit availability, and more. And last year's survey had over 13,000 small business responses. This year's survey opened last Wednesday on September 3rd and is in the field until November 14th. Our core questionnaire, as I mentioned, covers topics like business performance, debt and financing, financing needs, applications, and outcomes. Those are the same every year. And then we have special topics this year for 2025 focused on customers and trade, AI, and we always do a natural disaster impact model for small businesses that have experienced a natural disaster. On average, the survey takes 10 to 12 minutes for a business owner to complete. In the months that follow the survey, our team produces a number of annual publications, which you can find on our website, fedsmallbusiness.org, and I'll share the link to that. But that really culminates in our report on employer firms that gives an overview of findings on employer firms, including those special topics I talked about. Our Main Street Metrics publication shows overtime trends on small business performance from 2016 to present. And then because we have such a large national sample size, we're able to provide detailed chart books that we call Firms in Focus. And those break down the data by business characteristics, owner characteristics, and geographic locations. And those come out in terms of a chart book format. You can see the publications for the Firms in Focus chart books we were able to produce in 2025. Under the state, you will see West Virginia is missing here. And that's because we need to, in order to weight our survey sample against the census level data, 100 or more employer firms in a given geography to be able to produce that chart book. So it's not that we don't want to produce a West Virginia chart book, we just need you to be able to help us recruit small business owners to get a state level chart book. And we are also able to produce what we call partner reports for our distribution partners. So those small business service organizations I mentioned that help distribute the surveys to their networks, if they can achieve 50 or more survey responses within that network, they get a benchmark report comparing that network sample to the national sample. So you can see a sample chart book here. This is not from an actual partner, but it would be an example that would compare the question from the partner's respondents to the overall national sample. And there's lots of uses for the data. So this is all available, whether you distribute the survey or not. Most of it is available on our website. The partner level data is something that's exclusive to the organization. But first, stakeholders use the SBCS findings through informing policy decisions, understanding, researching, and explaining small business conditions and financing needs, and to report on small business experiences. And then for small business service providers, you might use that to apply for grant applications, to determine gaps in your programming, to compare your network to those at the state or the national level. And you've heard me say partner a couple of times, and that's because Ecosystem is a signed partner already for the survey this year. And so I want to just super high level touch on why we would encourage you to partner. I've mentioned some of those already, and then we'll talk tactically about how to field the or support fielding the survey. So as I mentioned, if the ecosystem, as our partner here, can achieve 50 or more responses, you will get, as a group, a partner level report that will allow you to compare your responses to the national sample. It'll support the programming that you provide with additional data and insights. You're going to be supporting advocacy initiatives through trusted and known data. It's very rigorous. Obviously amplifying the voices of small businesses in your community and the country, giving policymakers and leaders like the Fed data that they need, being recognized on our website as a partner. Participation is free. And as I mentioned, you're already technically signed on. So all you have to do, Amber actually has a copy of what we consider a marketing toolkit. And so she can forward that along to you. It's got a distribution link that is unique to the ecosystem. We will be tracking the responses from the ecosystem and giving Amber and Tara updates every few weeks throughout the survey period. And then at the end, hopefully, we've got enough of those 50 or more responses to not just get a partner report for you all, but 100 responses is what we need to get the state level chart book, and that's our goal. Woo, I did it.
Thank you so much, Allison. So we will be, as Allison mentioned, we'll be disseminating. We would encourage everyone to use the ecosystem link so that we can provide that ecosystem level data to you. And we will be reaching out individually to both entrepreneurs and our resource providers to help us support that. Please note, Allison, there is I answered, but I think I'm correct. It can be any county. It's not county specific, right?
Yes, it's open statewide.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Arian, you got an event coming up this week. Tell us about it.
I do. Thank you. And I will keep this brief. I will drop the links to register in the comment section after I'm done talking. So for any of you who haven't seen it yet, we have a busy but great week prepping us for the Backyard Brawl game on Saturday. So we've branded 2 days of events around the Backyard Brawl kind of theme. On Thursday, we have the CEO boot camp. That is going to happen from noon to 5. And the really fun part about that, in addition to having great speakers that I'll talk about in a second, is the fact that we are doing that in the football stadium, which is super fun. It'll be a great venue to come and join us. The two speakers that we have, or the two organizations, I should say, that will be speaking. The first is the Jones Day Law Firm. They are a very, very well-known national law firm. They actually give an extended version of this training to large investor networks and their portfolio companies. They are going to be covering basically the 101 on what you need to know as an early stage or potential tech founder or co-founder. They will cover everything from IP considerations, how you deal with business strategy, how you set up things like equity and equity distribution, just general business practices, good business practices, and they have a whole suite of resources. They will be giving out booklets at the end that contain all their presentation material. So even if you can't stay for the whole thing, you're welcome to grab one of those. At the end of the day, we will wrap up with a presentation from USRIA on SBIR and STTR, and then we also have one-on-ones during the day with support and resources. So if you haven't registered yet, there is still time, although space is filling up. We will likely close registration either later today or tomorrow. And then Friday is our Pitch and Innovation Day. We have 3 tracks: energy, life science, and general. We have $140,000 of prize money that we will be giving away that day. So if you haven't registered yet, feel free to join us. We'll have a great networking reception at the end of the day. And if nothing else, it should be a great time. Connect with fellow entrepreneurs and come have some fun with us. Thanks.
Thanks, Ariane. I'm really looking forward to those events later this week. So we're looking forward to that. Next up, Clarissa, can you tell us about the Appalachian Conference on Social Enterprise?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Clarissa Schauschel. I'm the Economic Recovery Core Fellow with Shawnee State University Cricker Innovation Hub, which is a mouthful. But this year we are hosting the Appalachian Conference on Social Enterprise. This is the 7th conference. It will be in Portsmouth, Ohio, and it is all about social entrepreneurs that are not just looking for a profit. They have a mission-driven, revenue-producing enterprise that really benefits their community. The conference is going to be on November 19th and 20th, and we separated it into 3 sections so people can build their own adventure. There will be a learning journey on the 19th, ends in an optional networking dinner. And then the conference sessions and the pitch will be on November 20th. The pitch is being sponsored by Huntington Bank, where people can come and pitch their social enterprise for cash prizes. And I just want to mention some of the organizing partners, because many of them have been involved with the conference for many years, and they're wonderful to work with. So we are collaborating with Rural Action, Marshall University, Ohio University, and the Coalfield Development Corporation, along with many others, to help put this on. I'm going to drop a link for the conference information and registration, and hopefully we'll see some of you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we're super excited about that opportunity and the great partners you all have. So thanks, Clarissa. I appreciate you. All right, Carrie, I've been hearing some good stuff coming out of Marshall County. Do you want to give us an update on the Marshall County entrepreneurship ecosystem work?
Yes, I do, Amber. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Carrie White. I am the co-founder of E3, which is Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Experts. And as many of you know from my previous updates, we are a consulting company that helps build local entrepreneurship ecosystems. We're currently working on a 3-year project in Marshall County, and we're in the middle of it, building up an entrepreneurship ecosystem for the county. And so the first year consisted of gathering data to make sure to see what they actually already had, what was being done, what wasn't being done, looking for gaps and opportunities. We've entered into year 2, and year 2 is really the education year. So we've identified kind of what is needed. And now we're going to go about adding some programming, some networking events, and some education. So we're starting off with a 10-week session of co-starters. If anyone's familiar with co-starters, it's a nice education program that provides training and resources for early stage entrepreneurs to kind of get them teed up for taking advantage of the resource providers they have in their area, making sure that they're dialed into the network. And then ultimately, we want to have everybody funneled into the statewide ecosystem so that they know that the state resources are available to them as well. So this 10-week program is going to be offered to Marshall County businesses and residents who are looking to take those, the next leap into business formation and business startup. We'll be doing that through the end of the year. And then starting next year, we'll be doing more of a pitch competition. We've already done a couple pitch competitions, but we're doing more pitch competitions, more ability to acquire capital and different types of formation. And so at the end of the third year, we'll have an established office of entrepreneurship, and we'll have an established person who will be able to provide resources and services to entrepreneurs. Bingo.
Boom. Thanks, Carrie. Really appreciate that update, and shout out to the folks in Marshall County doing an excellent job. And the Marshall County Commission is really, really focused on building the entrepreneurship ecosystem. So we appreciate the efforts at the local level. All right, I can't believe it, but Kim, Spark West Virginia is already back. Did you get to take a break in between?
Short break, but the work here never quits. Thank you so much, Tara, and hello, everyone. My name is Kim Zirk. I'm a program manager here at the Adventure Group, and I'm here today to share a little bit about Spark West Virginia. And in case you don't know what that is, it's a really cool, innovative idea and business generation competition for West Virginia middle and high school students. As one participant said last year, and I quote, "Spark West Virginia is not just a contest, it's a passion quest." Spark West Virginia empowers students from across the state to take their ideas, whether it's a small business, a new product, or a big solution, and turn those into real world ventures while competing for cash prizes. So we're really excited to announce that the 2025 to 2026 Spark competition is officially open for submissions. And as such, we're also calling on leaders, professionals, and community members just like you all to be a part of this exciting journey with us. Judges play a vital role by reviewing student submissions, offering constructive feedback, and encouraging these young entrepreneurs as they take these first innovative steps. Judging is virtual, it's flexible, and it's so incredibly impactful because you get a front row seat to the ideas that could shape the future of West Virginia. So if you happen to have or know of a middle school or high school student with an imagination or a passion for problem solving, we kindly encourage you to tell them about Spark West Virginia and invite them to participate too. So whether you're supporting us as a judge or even encouraging a student to apply, your involvement helps grow the next generation of West Virginia innovators. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat to learn more, and would just kindly ask you all to share this opportunity with your networks too. Thank you so much, and we hope you'll join us in inspiring and uplifting this next generation of young entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much, Kim. And I know that Spark is really great at igniting new opportunities. So Tara, what's going on with Ignite?
It only takes a spark to ignite a flame. That
Very
was
good.
in my 7th grade cheerleading chant. I
Like,
just
we
want
do
everyone
not-
to know the origin of where Spark and Ignite came from. Anyway, yes, Ignite West Virginia is also back. I am just asking folks to save the date right now. I'll drop the link in the chat. We've got plenty of time. Round 1 is due January 21st, 2026 by noon. So I'll just say we're saving the date right now. Back to you, Amber.
Perfect. Thanks, Tara. I didn't even have to let the music go. All right. Isaac, Startup Mountain Summit. We've been seeing some good stuff about it. What's going on with that?
Hey guys, it's cool to be on this call today. And actually, I'm from Johnson City, and Founders Forge, the organizations that hosting the Startup Mountain Summits from Johnson City. But it is so cool seeing everybody in West Virginia doing stuff. A little bit about Founders Forge. We're a nonprofit entrepreneur center, again, located in Johnson City, Tennessee. But we really work in the broader Appalachia area. Most of our focus recently has been in Northeast Tennessee, but we're kind of shifting that mindset, and we want to help out all over Appalachia. The big reason why I'm here today is really just to get visibility for our conference. I'm the co-founder of the Startup Mountain Summit, which we like to brand as the biggest startup conference in Appalachia. But We're hosting it this year, coming this November, and I'm really just looking again to get visibility on it. This is the third year that we've done it. We have 10 speakers, some of the biggest names in entrepreneurship, including Brad Feld this year will be a speaker. In the past, we've had Noah Kagan and Rob Walling, other big hitters. This year, we're having adventure networking during the summit and a few other cool things. We're also having a $10,000 pitch competition. So really what I'm asking for is just if you would like to share about the conference or be a partner, we would love to do anything. We actually just got featured the other day in Forbes for some of the work that we've done in our region and in the broader Appalachia. The other cool thing that I wanted to talk about, though, was our Vontae Startup Bootcamp. And it's something that I will be partnering with other organizations across Appalachia for. And Startup Bootcamp is very similar to Co-Starters. It's a 6-week bootcamp program that we've actually created the curriculum. And I've actually got a little copy right here. But we've created the curriculum and we're running it with several people in West Virginia right now. And we're basically partnering with other organizations so they can facilitate the pre-accelerator bootcamp. So if you're interested in either of those, just helping promote the Startup Mountain Summit or Vontae, I would love to speak with you. So, and I can put my contact information below. But thank you all again for having me. And
Perfect timing. Thanks, Isaac, for sharing. We love supporting our Appalachian partners. So we're looking forward to the Startup Mountain Summit. All right, next up, I got to bring back my buddy, Matt Marvel. He used to live in West Virginia, but now has moved away, but is still engaging in entrepreneurship in West Virginia. So Matt, tell us about how we can get paid to do a research study for you. You're on mute, my friend.
There goes 10 seconds, but I'm going to make it up. I'm going to do better. Thank you, Tara, and thank you, Amber, for working me in today. I'm working on a national research project to help folks like on this call and founders across the country to grow their firms. One of the biggest challenges for entrepreneurs is to get going and start to have some immediate success and validation is this challenge of onboarding new employees that are not founders. Sometimes we can't pay as much as Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies in the region. And oftentimes, as we moved into more and more skilled types of businesses for entrepreneurship, it becomes harder and harder to grow those human resources. So we're looking at how can we boost employee commitment and lower turnover in these young firms. While I'm here today is really the key is to getting a nomination is what we call it to the right CEO of an organization. And so I'm gonna ask you a couple of things. One is, do you know founders of young firms or CEO of young firms? They need to be less than 10 years old. The other criteria is they need to have at least 20 employees. Now that's a challenge. So we're really after these firms, ideally, they're less than 10 years old, but we can accept them up to 10 years old. But we're really trying to work with CEOs, nominated CEO and organizations across the country who are struggling to grow their firms so that we can offer practical advice on what to do. And I'm going to be able to provide summary findings to the nominated CEOs who work with us on the study. And we've been on this project about 30 days and in terms of data collection, and we've already had around about 135 employees and multiple organizations help. I would love to get some nominated CEOs from West Virginia. And I'm looking for one or two.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Matt. And I know we shared it on our LinkedIn and we'll be sure to share that in the follow-up if you also put any information in the chat for those that are on as well. Okay, I'm going to ask, I don't know that you're in here by name, but Brenna, if you're on by phone, we'd love for you to talk a little bit about the Governor's Conference on Tourism. Okay, I'll go ahead and move on. Just if she does hop on, we'll come back to that. But Lauren, what's going on with the Mountain State Innovator Summit?
Thanks, Amber. I'm Lauren Prinzel. I'm a WVU Extension Specialist, and I'm excited to share a little bit more information about the upcoming Mountain State Innovator Summit. So it is taking place November 12th to 14th at Stonewall Resort. And as some of you may know, we will be bringing kids from counties all over the state to this competition. So we just recently released the names of the counties and the school sites that have been chosen to participate in this year's pilot, which I'll pop into the chat, the press release for you guys to see if it's anybody near you. But we're excited to work with the teachers and the students at the various sites across the state. So the kids will be coming to the summit and they will be pitching ideas there for either projects for their hometowns for middle school students or business products, services, and inventions for high school students, who will then hopefully all enter those ideas into the Spark competition as well. So, and we're excited to continue to partner with the Launch Lab to host a series of other young adult and adult pitch competitions for entrepreneurs as well. So we've called on many of you to serve as judges, and thank you to those who are. We know that many of you are also going to be attending as guests. Thank you for that. We're excited to see you there. If you are interested in the event or want to participate, please feel free to reach out to us, either Margaret or I, and we'll be happy to chat with you about for more details about the different pitch competitions that you might like to see. So, and with that, I wanted to share one other small bit of, or I guess big bit of good news in my mind, is that we were able to hire a new program manager at WVU Extension who is helping to lead up this initiative. And her name is Margaret Taylor. So I asked her to come here today also to be introduced and meet all of you. So I'll kick it over to her for a quick hello and introduction before our 2 minutes are up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Margaret Taylor, and it's great to see some familiar faces and see some familiar names as well. I am, as Lauren said, the program manager for Young Innovators, which is the middle school and high school program that we are piloting this year. I'm an educator by trade, and so it's really great to enter into this new space and see so many of you lifting up this pipeline, this community of support. So it's great to be a part of the team.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're excited to see this come to life in November. So thank you. All right. Kel, you reached out to us after the last one and we're talking about some tech tips for folks. So that's hilarious.
No, my time's already up.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Kel. Give us a tech tip.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen if I can real quick, but if I can't do this in a couple seconds, we're going to move on quick. Okay, I got the programmer problem of too many things open. So one of the things that I tended to see a lot in my old job and kind of now is that there's certain cybersecurity issues that kind of go around, and it's that time of year. So I wanted to pop up and kind of give everybody and kind of tell everybody a little bit about spear phishing. So spear phishing attacks are typically like you'll see them through socials, email, things like that, and they're highly targeted, they're highly targeted, and they're typically focused after somebody researches who you are, with the ultimate goal of getting into one of your systems or inserting themselves in a conversation to steal access to a system or something like that. So what are the dangers? What are the dangers for entrepreneurs? Well, in many cases, we're pretty cash strapped. We're passing money around and things like that. And so we have limited ability, and so when we're taking investments and things, that makes us prime targets. It tends to be pretty easy to know if we're talking to other people, things like that. This happens to big organizations and small organizations equally. So if you're concerned about that you're a target of a spear phishing attack, what can you do? Oftentimes they insert themselves through email, text message, or something like that. One of the things that you can do, check the from line in your emails. Oftentimes they will create public facing domains on Gmail that look like the real thing. And so oftentimes if you look at the to line, because something seems off about an email, you can figure out pretty quickly if it's not coming from who you intend to. The other thing that will tend to happen with a spear phishing attack is that if they ask for money, oftentimes they will say, please, I'm in meetings, do not call me. And one of the best things that you can do is to confirm sensitive information, wire information, bank numbers, whatever, password, not passwords, but whatever, by picking up the phone or another communication channel and saying, hey, let me confirm some information. Did you ask for this? So if you need more support, don't call me. You can call the Cyber Resilience Center at WVU.
Great.
Does the time end before the music is done or after?
When the music starts. Yeah.
It's a joke. We just talk right through it. All right.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks for keeping us safe, Cal. We appreciate you. All right, next up, Tyler, tell us about one of my favorite festivals of the year, the West Virginia Makes Festival.
Thank you, Tara. As it gets into the fall weather again, it is that time of the year, not for football, but for the West Virginia Makes Festival. So this is our 12th annual West Virginia Makes Festival happening right here on Marshall's campus. We want to invite anyone and everyone. This isn't just a K-12 educators type event. This is everybody in the community. You can, if you have a small business that you work with and you're within driving distance reasonably, Marshall University, you can come and set up your vendor booth completely for free. It's going to be a really fun day. We're going to be dropping pumpkins and throwing gliders off of the Memorial Student Center. If you have any ideas for any other activities you'd like to see, let me know. But other than that, that is coming up again this year. So if you have clients that you work with or educators in your system that would be willing to attend, we'd love to have a chat with them. We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff. So please do come out on October 24th at Marshall University.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Last year I bought this, which was a hot commodity at our or our company holiday party. It was stolen so many times it could not be stolen anymore. So go to West Virginia Makes. You can also make soil. I think, Tara, you made soil last year. It was lovely.
I did. It was a fun time.
And we are still looking for judges and sponsors. So there are plenty of things that you can do regardless of what organization you belong to or what company you're part of.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. All right, Taylor, we've been hearing great things about West Virginia Hive's pattern program. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I'm Taylor Carnell. I work for the New River Gorge Regional Development Authority as the Pattern Operations Manager. And Pattern is a facility for industrial sewing training and manufacturing. So it's a twofold project where we'll train people on how to use industrial sewing machines, and then we'll also encourage entrepreneurs to prototype outdoor gear focused products with us. We have a couple events coming up on September 24th. We're going to have a lunch and learn hosted by the West Virginia Hive on sewing opportunities in Southern West Virginia. And then we'll also have a booth at Bridge Day on October 18th if you want to come by and take a survey and get a free sewing kit with the pattern logo on it. And then we also have a survey that we're running right now to field people's schedule opportunities for taking the industrial sewing training class. And we have our first training class starting in October. It'll be our pilot Fundamentals of Industrial Sewing program training. And I'll drop all of that in the chat.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Taylor. We really appreciate the update and love all the things that the West Virginia Hive continues to do for the state. All right, Nikki, tell us how we can nominate a West Virginia business for the Small Business Administration Week Awards.
Tara, I'm not sure that she's on. So
okay.
Yeah, so we might need to.
Well, hold on that, gang. We'll get back to you.
Everyone stay on the edge of your seat.
On the edge. I mean, I'm on the edge of mine. We're going to look into it. We're going to talk to Nikki, and we're going to get back to you. All right. In that case, then we're going to send it over to Terry to tell us about the 10,000 small business registration.
Hello, everybody. My name is Terry Cyphers. I'm the Executive Director of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program for the Appalachian region. And we are coming back to West Virginia in the spring. And so I wanted to share just some statistics. We are in our 15th year. We've had over 17,000 graduates. And what our data collection shows is after 6 months, we see a 66% increase, or 66% of our folks show an increase in revenue. After 18 months, that's 71%. And after 30 months, 74% of the people who go through the program show an increase in revenue. Job creation's not far behind. 6 months, 44% of the businesses who go through the program create new jobs. After 18 months, that number moves to 51%. And after 30 months, 53%. I want to tell you a little bit about those 17,000 graduates. About half, 52%, have been women. They represent 307,000 employees That's about half the employee workforce in the state of West Virginia. And cumulatively, they do about $27 billion in revenue. It's an incredible number. And so here's kind of my ask to you. We've got a targeted education program that is really making a difference in small business owners' lives and in communities. What I would ask you to do is we have a one-page flyer, and I ask that you would distribute that through your networks. And I would love a one-on-one with you to tell you a little bit more about what the program consists of. Deadline for applications is December 1st, so it's a short runway. So any help there would be appreciated. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We're excited to be able to support getting some folks in that program again this year. So please reach out to Terry for more information. Karen, we noticed you're on. I'm not sure if you can speak to the SBA Small Business Week, but if not, I'm going to pause and let if you are able to. But if not, then we'll go to Mike Queen. All right, Mike Queen, tell us what's going on.
I got a lot of things for you. Real quick. 1,270 new West Virginia businesses were formed in the month of August. If you haven't received your monthly business report, please let me know and we'll get you on that list. 1,270 new businesses, and I know that many of the people on the call had a big played a big part in those new businesses. Congratulations to Kanawha, Mon, Berkeley, Raleigh, and Jefferson counties. They were the top 5. Of course, the top 5 biggest. We all look to them, to those counties to do well. The top 5 counties in overall business growth on a percentage. Listen to this: Lincoln County, number 1, 2.32% growth in the month of August alone. Wyoming County, Boone County, Clay County, and then 5th is Work County. So the efforts that many of the people on this call are putting into rural business development is absolutely working and working well. In last month, 179 people qualified for the fee waiver programs. Thank you again to the legislature, to our friends in the Senate and the House for continuing those programs. 97 were veteran-owned businesses. And listen to this: 82 were young entrepreneur waivers under the age of 30. So congratulations, ecosystem, for doing lots of great work in that regard. We are kicking back up the mobile office hours for the month of September. That'll be on the 15th. If anybody needs anything, any of the ecosystem folks want to talk with someone personally from our office, we'll be in Morgan County at the Morgan County Clerk's office, Pleasance County at the courthouse, Putnam County, and Wayne County at Cerrito Town Hall on the 15th. So we're excited about that. I've got 8 seconds, and I got 2 more things I have to announce.
I'll give you
This
30. I'll give you 30.
is National Voter Registration Month. So please, please, please encourage everybody you talk to register, to be registered. If you've moved or gotten married or changed your name since the last election, please keep your voter registration updated. The West Virginia Economic Development Corporation State Conference is September 22, 23, and 24 here in Bridgeport. Everyone is invited to that. There's a reservation online. And if you want to know how to really kick off a nice, thank you, Amber, a nice regional pitch contest, please stop by the Tank, which is a Harrison County Chamber of Commerce project, the evening of November the 12th, and see how the Chambers put together a $40,000 package with local businesses. And they work on this all year long, and it culminates on the evening of the 12th. It's called the Tank. It's at the Robinson Grand Theater in downtown Clarksburg.
Wow, that was great, Mike. A wealth of information. Thank you
A lot
for
of
sharing all
stuff.
that.
Thank you.
It's so great to hear the numbers and the impact that the ecosystem is making. So thank you to everyone on this call and listening in. Your work does not go unnoticed, and it is making an impact, especially, it sounds like, on young people in West Virginia.
It really is. And listen, we know the ecosystem is working, and you won't find a bigger cheerleader for what the people on this call, 86 people on this call right now, we hear from you, we work with you. Secretary Warner is the biggest cheerleader that in the state for the ecosystem and for for Business Link. Kerry, we're coming your way. He's speaking to the Chamber of Commerce in Marshall County on Thursday. And it gives us a chance to talk about what this ecosystem means to business development in West Virginia. So everybody, please keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the great work. I know that was another 30 seconds and Amber's about to cut me off. So I'll cut myself off.
We love the energy for entrepreneurship out of the Secretary of State's office. So thanks, Mike. And we will also make sure to register to vote. All right, Karen, I see you in the chat and we are going to come back to you. So if you'd like to come off mute and tell us about the awards and how we can nominate folks for the SBA, this is your time to shine.
Sure. Can you hear me?
We got you.
Okay. So I just wanted to share that the U.S. Small Business Administration is opening nominations for the 2026 National Small Business Week Awards. So we are very excited to be able to announce that here in West Virginia, we've even added to the categories this year. So for district level categories, there's family-owned small business of the year, veteran-owned, woman-owned, small business manufacturer of the year, which is an add-on this year, rural small business of the year, which pretty much everyone can qualify for that, and blue collar small business of the year. So in addition to those categories, we will have our normal ones of small business person of the year, the 8A graduate of the year, and the West Virginia exporter of the year. So lots of categories to be able to nominate a small business anywhere in the state here for West Virginia, and that can be elevated. Those are open now. You can go to sba.gov/NSBW for National Small Business Week. I'll drop that in the chat. All nominations must be submitted electronically by 7 a.m. Eastern Time, December the 8th. So you have a good while to be able to get that in, but don't procrastinate. Pick out a few businesses, elevate them, lift them up. Let's make sure that our West Virginia small businesses are receiving the recognition that they really deserve. They've worked hard for this and they deserve to have it. We always hold our event in May, and the national event is also held in May. So the couple of national categories get elevated on up to headquarters. So again, I'll drop the different categories in the chat and also the link for you to nominate them. If you have any questions, unfortunately, Nikki was out sick today, but if you have any questions, I'll drop in her contact information and be sure to just reach out to her. She'd be glad to help walk you through the process. So thank you, Amber.
Perfect. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. And we'll send Nikki our best that she gets feeling better. So perfect. All right, Mark, I think we've got some exciting updates from SBDC. You're muted.
Man, it got me again. Thanks, Amber. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good afternoon. Mark Burdett, SBDC Deputy Director. I have a couple shout outs I wanted to recognize. We just got back from the great state of Florida. I got a little sunburn. Can you tell I'm a little red on the forehead here? Want to shout out to Marcia Myers, who's our this year's state star. We were able to celebrate her accomplishments in Florida, and it was a wonderful event. It was a great opportunity to get her on the big stage and with 49 other folks across the country and all the great work that she's done. Also, Beth Fish is our new Oak Hill business coach. She is going to be manning the Oak Hill Center. She is under the weather today. I was going to have her take my time, so hopefully we'll be able to do that next month. Wanted to let everybody know, again, the SBDC is going to be a small business credit survey partner like we have in many years past. I point that out that we are joined at the hip with the ecosystem. We wanted to, with the help of Allison and the team at the Fed, we really want to make sure that West Virginia gets represented this year with the credit survey. So I encourage each and every one on this call to email your list. You have 2 months to get the word out there. So we have full intent to share all of our data with the ecosystem and vice versa. So we're excited about that. And if you want more information, contact myself or Amber. And last, we've got 2 open positions. You guys heard about the network navigator position. We have over 50 resumes that have been submitted for that position. So that's so exciting. That creates so much work for us. to go through all that, but we're excited to have a new team member. And I'm also going to be dropping in the chat. We just launched the network communicator position. I've notified the ecosystem and Generation West Virginia. Anybody else wants to push that out there? I just dropped it in the chat. So we're looking forward to have 2 new team members here in the real near future. So thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Tara and
Awesome.
Amber. Back to
Thanks,
you
Mark.
guys.
We love it. We love all the updates and how the team is growing, and we are excited to partner with you guys at the Small Business Development Center. And thank you, Allison. That was perfect timing to be on today because we're all swimming the same direction and helping support small business in the state of West Virginia. So thanks so much. All right, Michelle, what's going on with the Entrepreneur Corner? Any updates from the Investor Collaborative? Anything on the Trailblaze Conference?
Our Trailblaze Conference will be October 1st in Fairmont. I will put a link in the chat for everybody to sign up. I encourage people to be there. This is where builders, dreamers, and doers meet. We are going to have a lot of information for people no matter where you are in your entrepreneurial journey, or if you're just a resource provider and want to network with people. We're going to have information about social networking or social media, how to manage finances for your business, how to grow your company, your team. And we're going to have a great keynote speaker at lunch. David Weibel will be talking about the F4 program. And I think it's an awesome method for not only founders, but just humans in general. And then we're going to have some ability for people to network and to have deeper conversations with their peers and those that have talked from the stage, and meet the participants in the Investor Collaborative. So I'll put a link in there. It is October 1st in Fairmont.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Michelle. Really looking forward to that event. So we'll see you there. Perfect. All right, Lucas, Mon Valley Mushrooms, need some space to grow?
Hey, hi Tara. Thanks for having me on such short notice. Yes, for sure. So my name is Lucas Sieber. I'm the owner operator of a small indoor mushroom farm called Mon Valley Mushrooms. I'm running the operation out of my garage and in 2 tractor trailers in my driveway. With the help of my friend, we grow about a dozen varieties of fresh mushrooms and produce a variety of mushroom-related products, including seasoning, salt, meat rub, tincture, tea, and grow-at-home kits. After 3 years, my business has reached its maximum capacity for production. My facilities, equipment, and systems are limiting factors. We're producing about 1,000 pounds a month, while my equal peers across the country are able to produce about 3 to 4 times that amount. So I'm here today seeking funding, support, partnership for acquisition of land to build a proper commercial building, occupy an existing building, or to partner with another entity in a cooperative land or building deal. I'm on the tail end of a professional consultation that is helping me develop a blueprint for a new operation that includes appropriately sized equipment, systems, and facilities, calculation of labor input versus production output, and building the system around best practices for food safety, operational efficiency, and predictable financial outcomes. My goal for production is 1,000 pounds per week. We're designing the system with room to grow up to 2,000 pounds per week, which would employ about 2 to 3 people in addition to myself and my friend. Because of this increased production, we'll also be producing upwards of 10,000 pounds of compost per month, which would be a nice resource for a local farm, especially in a cooperative agreement. This new commercial operation will be duplicated at the Mountain State Co-op in Clarksburg in order to produce several of our value-added products, including the seasoning, salt, meat rub, tincture, and tea, and employ an additional 2 to 3 people. The co-op has written a 310,000 USDA grant called the Resilient Food Systems Infrastructure Grant, along with myself and another local farm who wrote the grant for $10,000 or $100,000 each. So we're taking that combined $510,000 and using it to build out a co-packing facility for value-added production of all the co-op members, and that's happening over the next year. So the future is bright for us. I'm excited to generate and retain local wealth and to feed people in the process, and excited to partner with other local people. Every good thing that has come our way has come from a conversation that I've had with somebody along the way, including Tara and others, Carrie. So excited to continue that momentum.
Thanks, Lucas. We want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're supporting your business the best way that we can. So make sure to drop your information in the chat and that specific ask. So what a great problem to have. You're out of space. So if we can help him find space in the Morgantown area or Mon Valley area, we would love to do that. All right. So thanks, Lucas. We are now going to turn it over to Logan, who is an Ignite West Virginia alumni, to talk about all of the things that has been going on. We've been seeing you all over social media. We are very excited to hear what's the update.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you so much, Tara. It's so amazing to see some familiar faces on here. I'm taking this from my dorm room in West Virginia University right now. But yeah, we've been able to do some awesome stuff. For people who don't know, I'm the founder and CEO of Best Damn Tape. We're a sports tape company committed and focused on providing the highest quality sports tapes to athletes worldwide. And we started in ice hockey. I was a hockey player my whole life. I really saw that there was an opportunity for me to get some market share there. And now we've been able to do so. We have partnerships with now 4 NHL teams all over in the AHL and ECHL and the NCAA as well, with Princeton, Ohio State, a few more that come to mind, Sacred Heart, Bemidji. So yeah, it's been a crazy, wild journey. I've been building this since my freshman year at West Virginia, and I'm at my senior year now. So we graduate in 26. And yeah, we just got back from Vegas. I had the opportunity to pitch to Damon John and Lori Greiner from the Shark Tank and a bunch of other awesome judges. We won $40,000 at Alibaba's Co-Create competition. And yeah, I think this next few months for us, we're also heading down to Walmart Open Call and negotiating a big distribution agreement with a very large hockey company. So we're really trying to see the best areas for scale. And if that's expanding into other sports where we really want to go, if that's gymnastics, football, basketball, baseball, we really want to be the sports tape for every athlete worldwide. There hasn't really been someone who's stood out and done that. You kind of have everything else but tape. And I know it's such a interesting thing, but yeah, we are really excited for the next steps. And I have so much to thank West Virginia and WVU and the whole ecosystem for. You guys have been unbelievable to me, and West Virginia is home to me now. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, Logan. And we definitely wanted to get you on here and talk a little bit about, it was so cool seeing you at the Co-Create on LinkedIn. Your dad posted. I was like, oh, Logan, it's doing great things. So awesome. All right. Dr. Becker, you are our 5-minute spotlight. Take us home. Tell us a little bit about your work and share any asks with the ecosystem.
Perfect. Can you guys see my slides and hear me okay?
Yes. Go ahead and go into present,
Oh.
and then I'll make sure that works for you.
Can you see? All right. The hard part about being an old person.
If you hit present in the top right corner, that will get you into the full mode. We can see the whole Canva platform right now.
Can you see that? We're good?
I can still see Canva if you hit present in the top right.
In the purple on the top right next to share.
Oh God. Okay. Will this be okay where I'm at?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. You tell me when I'm starting getting close on time. Okay. Well, thank you for giving me time to present. I'm actually in Salt Lake City right now. I'm an emergency room doctor, and we are at the national conference for this. And one of the cool things is they have the forum of all the different new products, and this is a product that we're sharing that is very needed. We've been interviewing doctors from all over the world and the US, and this is something that's definitely a needed product. So we'll get into it quickly. So the proposition is better positioning and less pain. I'll try to keep it kind of easygoing. So pain, many people are familiar with the pain of childbirth. I think everyone who's had a child can say that it wasn't a lovely experience. It wasn't pain-free, but it's also something that is an emotional thing. It's a fearful thing. So let's make it better. Okay. Quick poll. Have you had a spinal tap? Have you had an epidural? Have you had a lumbar puncture? These are all kind of synonymous terms that essentially get into, we are taking a needle and putting it into the spinal in these little bitty spaces. And it's either to analyze a fluid for an infection or to present medication so that you can have a procedure so that you don't feel the pain. Specifically, kind of interesting, we're talking 42% of Americans have a BMI over 30, which makes the procedure more difficult. 75% of births have a spinal epidural, and that number is probably going to be going up. We do a little less than 500,000 lumbar punctures in the emergency department, and there's 6,000 hospitals. So as you can see, on someone who's very tiny, like a 5-pound baby, this is a difficult procedure. When you start getting upwards of the higher BMIs, pregnancy, swelling, it gets even more complicated. So it's a difficult procedure, impacts everyone. For the patients and their families, it's a physically painful procedure. For doctors, it's a time intensive. For the hospital systems, if you don't get it in the emergency department or the hospital where you land, that means that you may need to get transferred. Any kind of transfer or have to have anyone else kind of get involved, that's an impactful situation for the insurance companies, and it's costly. So the goal, our key users are going to be to either help anesthesiologists, CRNAs with spinals and epidurals. It's also in that front a patient safety issue so that if someone passes out, they're supported, because I know a lot of people just lean forward and our concern is if someone vagals or passes out, they need supported. And for the emergency physician, it's for helping getting the procedure done and making it accurate. With West Virginia's new laws coming down the pike of not needing to be vaccinated, we'll see where this goes. Quickly, the reason we also care is if you don't get the epidural, there's a lawsuit that gave $4.25 million for a non-functioning epidural, and a missed meningitis, which is where you weren't able to get the fluid off the back. That was a $7.8 million settlement. So these are expensive if you don't get it done correctly and timely. So our solution, a little bit limited on what we can and can't share. We're planning on patent pending a device that helps the patient sit in a way that allows the provider to feel comfortable and get to the little spaces that we need within the spinal column. And it also helps with the patient being comfortable, and it's a safety thing. Our big thing from the OB perspective is keeping patients comfortable, safe, and able to monitor them. So the benefits for the patients are they have less physical pain. For the doctors, there's less wasted time. The hospital systems, we don't have to transfer them to a bigger hospital, and we waste less expense, and everyone benefits from this. So kind of our cool thing is we're a multi-specialty team. So Dr. Sean Rowan, he's an OBGYN second in command at Ruby. Dr. Matt Smith, he is neurocritical care, neurology, and internal medicine trained. And I, Dr. Carol Ryback, an emergency room doctor who works everywhere from rural critical access, only doctor in the hospital, up to academic, children's, and Ruby. We're all cross-discipline. We all have MBAs. And the cool thing is we can get the research done, published, and out there, and basically tailor this device so that we know it works and that it's efficacious. So the market opportunities are huge. This is worldwide. This is something that everyone can benefit. You talk about, could you invest in something that we needed during COVID, before COVID? Oh, heck yeah. So labor and delivery, future pandemics, it's a difficult procedure. The ask is for anytime we're talking about something of the scale or a medical device, it's CAD files, it's prototyping, it's FDA clearance. We can handle the medical front, but it's expensive. The patents are expensive. We also, any kind of mentorship or kind of getting things built, any kind of new products, our big goal is to incorporate new science and to engineer better medicine. So that is our goal. What questions do you have for me?
I think we're right at time, so I'll ask folks to put it in the chat. And then, Carol, if you have a specific ask and your contact information, I know folks will be following up as well in the chat. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay, I will open it up if we have a couple minutes. If anybody does have any updates, please drop them in the chat. We'll make sure they get in the follow-up email as well. If you would like to make an announcement on the October call, it's already filling up fast. And so please go ahead and let us know and send it to that new email. I'll redrop that in the chat. And then we also send out, I know the Heather couldn't be on, the new executive director of West Virginia Hub, but they have a responsive coaching program that is opening for communities. And so we'll be sharing some information on that in the follow-up as well. So, Dave, do you want to talk to the LG Nova position while we have a couple minutes?
Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. We posted this position last week. Some of the positions that we posted in the past got a ton of applications. This one is rolling in a little bit slower, so I wanted to make sure everybody saw it. We are looking for an AI specialist in our entrepreneur in residence program in the Morgantown office. So take a look at the posting. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I put my email address in the chat as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Well, Terry, you want to take us home?
All right. Well, that's it. We had a jam-packed agenda and we did it in under an hour. So thanks everyone for being here. We really appreciate it. And like Amber said, let us know if you'd like to get on the October call. It's already filling up. So we'll see you in a month.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Take care.